Hello, hello. I am Jessica Thomas, and I'm going to talk to you about creating a name that carries weight. I built a workshop around this, and I did it LinkedIn Live, but I wanted to come back, redo it, stream it everywhere because it's super important, but also tech was really teching. So I want to make sure the people who wanted to see it get to see it. So I'm coming in, I'm just going to give you a little bit of background about me. And then we're going to move through real quick, 20 minutes max. I like to keep it short, sweet, and to the point because I know you're busy. I'm Jessica Thomas. I'm the founder of Relentless Virtual and Lattes and Logic. Both are brand presence companies, but Relentless Virtual focuses on supporting attorneys and other legal professionals, as well as people who plan to run for election in the future, in building digital or just overall brand presence, right? I come from being as a paralegal, and I still do freelance paralegal work, but I really, really love this. And I love it because when I left working in office, I started my own business as a VA and freelance paralegal, and I quickly delved into the online business world and marketing and all of these things and realized coaches, consultants, speakers, and some legal professionals are doing this. They're creating their own brand with their name, but a lot of people aren't. So there's really impactful legal professionals out there not doing this. They're not building their own name. And this, creating a name that carries weight, is what establishes credibility, right? It establishes your authority, and it helps you grow faster, impact faster, get profits faster, right? So again, we're not here to talk really fluff, but we are here to talk about why being excellent in your field is just no longer enough, which is crazy, right? It's crazy to think that, but we're going to talk about what to do about it, okay? So your name is already a brand. You have a title, you probably have a job, a reputation, and things that you have built being really good at what you do, great at what you do. But what does your name say about you, right? When someone says your name, who knows you? Is it other people in the legal field, or is it your ideal client, which might be other people in the legal field, right? Depending on what you do. But does your ideal client recognize your name? Because the thing is that perception drives opportunity. How are people perceiving you? You're being Googled, they're scrolling, they're Facebook searching, Instagram searching, maybe LinkedIn searching, and they are judging you. I can guarantee you they're also YouTubing you, and they're judging you. They're judging you if you don't have it. They're judging you if you do have it, because we do judge a book by its cover, no matter how many times we were told not to. And currently, the digital version of you is your cover. Even referral-based businesses are being filtered through your online presence now. It's wild, right? Somebody refers you. Oh, you need to go to this person. They are going to, it's going to be a slam dunk for them. They're amazing. They know everything about family law, IP, criminal, whatever. They've got you. Oh, okay, definitely look. You can be named in the mom group 15 times. Then they go and they search you up, and your present kind of stinks. Or you look like everyone else, or you don't have one at all. So what do? They take their $150,000 case and they give it to someone else. So it didn't cost you a little bit of extra time or $1,000 a month to have somebody else come in and do it. It costed you that whole case, and then maybe another case and another case, right? Whole domino effect. Because even referral-based businesses are filtered, or referrals are being filtered through your online presence. And I've worked with people that they don't want to be vain. They don't want to appear cocky. They don't want people to think they think too much of themselves. And that's okay. But if you're a badass at what you do, you need people to know that, right? Like people need to know that you're good at what you do. You know your stuff. You stay up to date. You're doing the thing. You're doing volunteer work. You're helping this. You have a family. You don't have to air your family all online. But I can guarantee you if a mom is looking for a family law attorney or a dad is looking for a family law attorney and they know you have a family, so you at least can have some empathy and compassion, there it is. It's sold over somebody who's never had a family and does not care, right? So it is strategically positioning yourself as why? As the answer to their problem. You, not the big named firm that you may work for, right? Not your firm. You, your abilities and who you are and who they're going to deal with, right? And this trickles down to your staff. Too. You may even show people who your staff are. If you have a legal assistant that they're going to deal with or your paralegal, you may bring their face up because it will matter. But you're building your brand for you, and you can just, this is the person who helps me with this, and my clients love them because, right? My clients love them because. And this is why I keep them there, because my values are my client's experience, right? There you go. Because your online presence needs to work for you, not against you. I want you to understand that visibility is really what's starting to turn expertise into influence and influence into opportunity. This does not mean you need to go out and become a big influencer or a micro influencer at that. It just means you need to be visible, which your online presence, social media, website, all those things do this for you, right? They create more visibility so they can bring in new leads, but they also verify your authority and your presence whenever people come find you, because they'll stumble across you, SEO or referrals, whatever. The talent and credentials that you have are not only not the deciding factor for many of why they hire you. Again, sounds wild, but it's also not the deciding factor in who gets tapped for speaking, media, and consulting. Once upon a time, you built these credentials up and you did all these amazing things. You changed the world, right? You changed some laws or you won this case, and people, oh my gosh, they were fighting, like busting down doors to get you on as a guest. That will still get you there, yes. But here's the kicker. Now they want to know what's in it for them too. Used to, it was just having somebody on there, but let's be honest, the internet has changed the game for them too. So when you have all these credentials and doing all these amazing things, but you don't have an audience for them to get in front of if you share it, they're gonna be like, man, I can go with this guy who has 10,000 followers. He knows the same stuff. It might not be, he might not have all these credentials, but he's going to get us more visibility. So your ability to be visible will also hinder your ability to get into, like, for these doors to open for you, right? And another thing is like decision makers can't choose you if they don't know who you are. And because the media isn't out here tapping everybody, they're tapping the ones that work best for them, decision makers can't pull you in. So you could be missing speaking opportunities if that's what you want to do, advocacy opportunities, media features, ability to consult or train or whatever it is that's in your big vision, you might be missing out on, right? And, there's some people that see a lawyer on TV and they're like, you know what, that's who I'm going to hire every time after this because they've been featured. So sometimes having that thought leadership is going to open all the doors that your qualifications alone never will, which is wild because you may have a stack of them, right? So understand that your visibility online is there's people out there that want to reach you, right? But they might not even know you exist yet. So if they can't find you, you're invisible. You're leaving yourself invisible to people who need to hear from you, see you, hire you, all of those things. So with technology comes pivoting. With business comes pivoting. In law comes pivoting, right? You get a new piece of discovery and you're pivoting everything, So if you're staying behind the scenes, it's costing you influence, income, and impact. We have to pivot with the times. Missed speaking can be missed clients, missed visibility could be fewer referrals because people do refer people they've never worked with just because they follow them on social media or they watch their YouTube channel and they love them. Side note, people YouTube things more than they Google things. So if you're like, I'm going to pick something, only one thing, and I'm just going to roll with it, and you're okay with video, which if you can go argue in a courtroom, I'm sure you can record yourself for the internet. Go with YouTube. If you're doing it by yourself, just go over to YouTube and do it. Because they're looking over there. So if you're giving them authority pieces, information they want to know, do it on YouTube. If you know your people are people who are probably scrolling Instagram, do it on Instagram. There's so many people out there, but the fastest growing platform to this day is still YouTube. Back to it though, missed credibility means those invitations to really display your leadership is out the door. So it's now a credibility leak to not build an online presence or to look like everyone else. I only work with people who are impact driven, but we want to make profit too, right? Like if we're impact driven, we need that extra profit but the profit comes with it. But to do the impactful things, you need the money to do it. We got bills to pay. So I only work with people who have like a bigger vision that they're chasing after, that's impact driven, that's really wanting to make a change for other people, whatever that may look like. And to do that, you need that credibility and the leadership and the boldness. So people I work with are bold. They step up to stand out. They speak up to stand out, right? We're doing those things and it makes you stand out. If you think of big names, just whatever comes to your mind, that's a personal brand, right? When I say a big attorney, whoever's name comes to mind, most likely a personal brand. If you're in the Houston area, Mattress Mac is a personal brand, right? Like that's the one that every time I say something to somebody in the Houston area, they're, oh, like Mattress Mac. Yes, he has built a brand. It might not be like, we're not saying his whole name, but people know it. People know exactly who he is, what he does, all those things, right? He's built a brand. And I know you know a list of attorneys that have done the same thing when I say that. So quite frankly, the most expensive mistake isn't for you to do the wrong thing, to show up on the wrong platform, to post the wrong thing. I mean, unless it's something that you legally cannot post, which I'm going to trust that you know. It's doing nothing and just kind of waiting for people to find you. And people do that a lot, right? They're like, oh, I have the best kept secret. One day I'm getting my breakthrough. No, honey, you're not. You're sitting on the sidelines while other people that might even be less qualified for you than you are doing more and making more because you chose to sit on the sidelines. Stop. If you're not actively shaping your name, you're not creating one, and you're limiting your reach and your abilities. Abilities for impact and for profit, mind you. So you don't need to become a social media influencer, which I already said, but I want to stress that. You don't have to do the dances and act all. I mean, if you want to, go for it, but you don't have to do those things. You just need to strategically show up in a way that reflects who you are and your real authority. So you need the right message in the right place in front of the right people. That's what we do, right? So how do you do this? The easiest thing is just to figure out who your client is, which you should know, but like who they are and where they hang out matters online, because different people hang out on different platforms. And then who are they? Really, who are they? And think about it, because that's how you connect with them. You need to be personable. And who are you? What makes you different? When you think whoever's big name you thought of, I want you to go look at their profile and go look at who they are. I will say I can't guarantee any of them have. There's certain people who have really good social media presences, and I know they're hiring now because they've seen the possibility, right, and what they could get because of it. And then there's ones that they have great names, but their digital presence isn't standing up to it, and so they're leaving money on the table and they're missing the mark in some areas. But think of what they have that makes them stand out, because it's a lot easier sometimes for us to think of like what made this person stand out, and then think about it for yourself. Think about what makes you stand out differently from the rest. And this could be your credentials, but people don't know about them if you don't tell them and explain what it is. What is the difference between bar certified and not certified, right? Like you can get certified in your area of law, but what does that mean for them? What do they care? What is an LLM versus a JD, right? Like you have to tell them in non-legal terms. And even when I work with like coaches and consultants under my Lattes and Logic company, I'm always telling them don't lawyer it up, because most people, they go to a lawyer, they don't understand what the lawyer is talking about. They're just like, oh yeah, I've got this. Like they're doing all the lawyer things, speaking legalese. But it's bring it down, speak to them about who you are, why your values, your big vision, really like the change you want to make in the world. I don't believe most attorneys went into this line of work for money because I mean in Texas, like you don't just you're not going to come out and just loaded, right? You got student loan debt probably, like whatever. You didn't come into it just to get loaded. The process kind of like filters most of those people out if they did. And you came into it for a reason. So get back in touch with that like big reason, the big cause, the why. And then roll with it. Create content around it and tell them why you. Because we want to connect more on a human level now more than ever because of the online world, right? So this is it. This is your opportunity. Figure out who they are, where they are, and then who you are, and roll with it. And this is exactly why I help legal professionals do this through strategic brand positioning to craft the name that commands respect and open doors beyond their title, because you deserve it. You need it. You've already got the brand. Make sure it's the right one. Remember that visibility creates opportunity, and inaction is just costing you more than you think. Like really think about it. And the last thing I want to leave you with, nothing changed in the next year. and you kept your head down and you stayed silent, what potential opportunities are passing you by? This could be income, this could be appearances, this could be the next step to that really big vision you have. What is passing you by?